I want to welcome to stage our next comedian, Savannah.
I get in the car and I play wonky ass music. I need wonky fucking music.
That's a great track. You guys should definitely listen to it. Yeah. Subtronics. Fucking phenomenal show. Definitely recommend everybody go to a rave at some point in time. Yes, dubstep will never die. My name is Savannah. Very happy to be here. Is anybody familiar with the Facebook group Rosewood Neighbors?
Yeah.
Anybody been on there in the past day and a half and seen how much I've been massacred? So do not correct somebody's grammar on Rosewood Neighbors, because they will come for you and they will not stop. We're like 75 comments deep at this point. And I'm just trying to educate the public, you know, and they are not having it. They fucking hate that shit. To the point where somebody was like, "Are you fucking autistic?" And I was like, well, actually, recently my mother told me, after plenty of wine, that I did test as highly intelligent and borderline spectrum as a child. Do you know how many times I have asked my mom throughout my life how that test went? I was like, am I autistic? And she was like, "You're not retarded." Which is not what I asked. And also, yeah, it does not answer my question at all. And she got away with that response for like 25 years, you know, and so I am 33 years old now. Yeah. Don't you think that I could have benefited from this information and kind of had an idea of why I'm so fucking weird? You know, like, I would have loved to know, you know? Like, I hated just being like, there's something wrong with me. I am not like these other people, you know? But here we are, finally figured it out. But yeah, their reason for asking me if I was autistic is because they felt like I was being insensitive when correcting someone's grammar. So, you know, that's fine. We had several events happen over the weekend. A lot of stuff for Columbia, a lot of stuff for the area around town. We had Hidden City Music Festival. Yeah. Sugar Ray played. Yeah. I didn't even think that was still a thing, you know, but here we are, you know, and I feel like everybody who's like the end of their career comes to Columbia. Like, we had Soulja Boy recently, you know, like, I was like, I think Pauly D, like, DJ'd at the Senate, you know, like, I'm like, all right, you know, we get them when they're done, you know, and that's fine with me. We also had a rodeo in Gaston, which unfortunately did not end well. I guess they didn't realize that horses and fireworks didn't go very well together, and there was an entire stampede of horses that injured over a dozen people. And I couldn't help but think that they could have really benefited from the amount of horse tranquilizers that were in Hidden City that people were just using recreationally. Yes, I am talking about ketamine. So, like, I was like, wow, like, you know, we could have, you know, sent some of that way. Also, I am fairly certain that somebody spiked the drinking water in Hidden City with LSD, because I have never seen police officers get down like that. You know, like, they're supposed to just be like kind of standing still, and nah, that was not happening. They were like headbanging. They were like, you know, dapping people up. People were putting sprouts and pens on them, and they're like, yeah, let's go. I was like, these are the best cops I've ever seen. Like I was almost more interested in watching them than the artists, you know. But it was great. I have been accused of being slightly insensitive in the past. I was one of those kids that was sent to wilderness as a teenager, you know, like lived in the wilderness. You know what they made Netflix documentaries about? Yeah, and we had this thing called equine therapy. And so we, you know, would get to like, you know, go like clean the horse barn and, you know, like go ride horses. And it was supposed to like, I don't know, build character or something. And one day we go to the horse barn at 6 o'clock in the morning and we get there and one of the horses is dead. And everybody had a very different emotional or non-emotional reaction to this. And instead of me being like, oh, this is tragic, I was like, this is very interesting from a sociological standpoint. I find this very interesting to study. And they're like, Savannah! And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I just, you know, like I was a sociology major at the time and I felt like it was great field work. Sorry about that. My name is Savannah, that's my time.